me go ahead and record. Okay, so what should we just go ahead and get some easy ones out of the way?
Sure.
Narukami,
Yeah.
S tier, easy. Like, like combos from JB 5P, JB 6P, like.
Combos from AZO as well.
Yep.
Combos covers BZO. Combos from 236C from full screen all the time. Pretty much combos from anything.
Yeah, like, and you
yeah.
get insane pressure from it in general. Like, even without the hits, you just convert into just the easiest stuff. The pressure from on the other side using Adachi using Narukami, like, just insane value regardless. Insane sandwich, insane pressure, insane team.
Something also nice is you can't push block Narukami's 4P, so you're able to do. I mean, obviously you can do it with other assists, of course, but it's more effective since you can't push block. So you can do the command throw switch or Mandela switch or slow switch or whatever you really want to do, since they can't push block, which is nice.
Yeah, so like the team is just crazy. So C tier, right?
Yeah.
Anigard, thank you for the follow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and knock out Asriel. I think probably A or S. Like combos from 6P, combos from 5P, like pretty much before we really get into it, I just want to note, so whenever you're looking for Adachi synergy, you really want to be looking at, let me go over to the game real quick just to kind of show what we're referring to here. The first like kind of baseline whenever you're looking at Adachi synergy stuff is going to be your ability to use, first off, Azio in a 6P or Azio in a 5P. So, like, for the Asriel team here, you want to be able to convert off of this, either on block or on hit. So, like, this team has a good Azio 6P, and then on hit as well, like, you just get a free combo. If you're at a distance. Like, if you're at a distance, you don't get the combo, but you get still force full screen pressure. If you're at closer range, you get the combo. And then also it's JB plus 5P. You get a combo from it, as well as you want to mainly check from jumping as well. So these are just a few things to note, like the baseline for like what will make at least like a usable Adachi team, in my opinion. You also want to be able to use the Adachi's assists in some way. But that kind of gets very, depending on the character. Like, Asriel uses 5P a little bit differently. Like, what's the most common assist for Narukami to use with the Adachi?
In terms, like, in what situation, though?
I mean more so, like, I guess, like, in pressure. Because I feel like you use 5P. Yeah. Because most characters...
5P and 4P are mostly in pressure.
And then because, like, Narukami doesn't really use the assist for mix-up that much. He kind of uses active switch stuff, yeah?
No, it depends. Like, I like doing. Narukami has the option to do the air dash high low versus a lot of characters. So I like doing non-active switch mix-up sometimes with Adachi actually. And since his JA hits twice, there's another mix-up from that. So it really depends on what I want to do. His offense, literally, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter.
Okay, because I know, like, for Asriel, like, the most... You use 5P a lot for, like, neutral. Because, like, his is more so... You use 6P for neutral and 5P for mix-up. Because, like, the pressure from it's good, but you're mainly just doing dash through and assist. So... But those are just some things to note. So, going back to the list, though... Yeah, Asriel, he gets the similar stuff, like combos from JB with 5P. Just good, Azio 6P. It doesn't hit full screen, which, like, kind of shown, which is kind of... whack, but at the same time you still just get ridiculous pressure from it. And if you pop CC, you just get some good stuff. The only gripe with it is that you have like sometimes you have like rough mid range matchups with the comp, but I think if we're looking at it as just synergy wise, yeah, I'd probably just put this in S. What are some other easy ones? Yumi?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just easy S tier.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, Karibo. So, yeah, same idea. Basically, all these characters have that, and then they are able to use Adachi's assist properly. Like, Asriel with Gustav, Narukami with just, like, 5P and 6P using well. with just slides or with in general neutral stuff. Yumi gets to do like have really great like 236B active switch options from Adachi from 6P as well as like 5B. Like character's cheap and they have the baseline and then they get a lot more. The falling J236B stuff from Yumi's side with 6P is so broken.
That's also like the highest damaging, I think, even team in the game, probably. Maybe like Yumi Akihiko, but like as far as like really solidified teams, like I think that's like the highest damaging team. It does so much damage.
Yeah, I think it's the highest damaging stable team. Because, like, Azrael Akihiko does a shitload of damage.
Yeah, right.
And, like, Akihiko Yumi. But, yeah, like, overall, like, both, like, Akihiko has some issues whenever it comes to that. But, like, I mean, he's just mad good, too. But I think, yeah, that the team not only provides, like, so much in that regard, but also has, like, highest damaging consistently and highest mix. Like, with just applying that BZO. And then Yumi just gets to exist. And it's crazy.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, these are pretty much self-explanatory, I want to say.
There's one I definitely would put there, and I would say Ruby.
Yes, for sure. Because that's... You don't get Azio 6P, but you do get just 6P BZO call, which is, like, mad good. Even if you connect with an Azio, you could always hit confirm it with a 6P.
Yeah, actually, you can do Azio 6P if you want, but you just need a CC. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like, you can technically still do it. You just need a CC.
Yeah, so that's something, like, this team is also mad good. Ruby's really fast. It has great air options, so, like, you're able just to get so much from it. Like, even if you don't want a CC, you can always just do, like, that.
Right, and you still also have time, BZO and active switch anyway. The 6Ps, like the Narukami, Akatsuki, and Ruby 6Ps help a lot in setting up BZO dying because there's something already on the floor.
Exactly.
That they have to worry about. So that's something I really liked about that team.
It's just really good. So yeah, and plus, like, she uses BZO incredibly well.
Right. Like, so, she gets, like, obviously ridiculous mix-up. They both have the single-hit DHCs, which I feel still underrated for some reason. I like that a lot, having 2 single-hit DHCs.
Oh, yeah, because it's just tons of... You were able to cash out a lot for just, like, not even a happy birthday, because just... In general, you're able to cash out a ton of damage between C... Like, if you do CC cross-slash plus single-hit DHC, that's, like 7k minimum.
Yeah, it's so much damage. And, one of Ruby's, like, quote-unquote down points is, she doesn't do as much damage as other characters. So Adachi definitely helps with that, too.
Yeah, being able
another reason why I like the team.
And the neutral is just ridiculous. Because she's able to... Her speed makes up for Adachi's 6P having that longer startup. So, like, you can call it and then just run so far away from him.
Yeah.
And just force so much stupid things. And same idea, it has a long active switch window, so you can do, like... Whatever they block it, if you make a sandwich, you can just do 2d6b active switch and then do like 8k or something.
Yeah, that team does good enough damage for sure.
Yeah, so those I think are really easy ones to just start off the thing. Let's look at chat room. What any one's particular sub icy? Is Chie good for Adachi or is it just Chie focused?
Oh, I can say that team is good for both characters. Obviously, for Adachi teams, you mainly are looking for offensive capabilities for the most part, and Chie definitely has that. I think that team is actually definitely one of the best Adachi teams because it puts you in situations where you can't push block and then you die. So
yeah,
it's really stupid.
And it's also one of the things where most Chie teams want a way to set up for a good sandwich from like 6P. So, like, Fatista and Adachi and a few other, like, teams that... I know Japan's been messing with Chie Hilda, like, just because you could press 6P and 5B, and then you just create the sandwich there. And Adachi gets that perk, and then if you connect with the cross-up, like Azia or whatever, you just die.
Yeah, it's actually very good.
Yeah, like, this team... And she uses Adachi's assist really, really well. So, we'll see. Yeah, like, this team's just really good as well. It's
I don't know if I mean I wouldn't. So all right. What I will say is I think their team is very good, but I think like the characters we have like. Because I think the best three Adachi teams are Ruby, Yumi, and Ruby personally. But I think Chie, Yosuke would probably be like a tier below, or something like that.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I would say, would you say
Like probably
Asriel is
put I guess I think you should put like an S minus, I guess.
Yeah, let me do that actually. That sounds
Because
good.
I think those three characters are just the best partners that you could probably play Adachi with, in my opinion.
And then because example, that makes sense because I think Asriel is not as good as those teams, but at the same time
Yeah.
he's like I would say like number 4, number 5 best team.
Yeah, he's Chie, Asriel, Yosuke, like those characters are also very good with Adachi.
Yeah. So let me fix some of these colors. So you mentioned Yosuke, so let's go ahead and
Yeah.
get that out of the way. That team's
Yeah,
mad good.
That team is very cheap. It has a very good Azeodyne specifically, which I like.
Yeah, like Azio 6P is really, really good just because of the fact that it reaches so far, it combos on block, it leads to good pressure on block and it combos on hit. Like, you just have insane neutral with the team. It has a good JB5P. Like, it has a good anti-air thing for him. Yosuke, similar to Ruby, is very fast, so you're able to set up, use 6P and just run. And it can force some, aggressive neutral situations. It's just mad. You get air stall with it, so you can use 6P that way as well. Adachi side, going back to that, it's just mad good. You get good mix-up from Bizio active switch because of, how fast he is and his air normals and stuff like that.
Yep.
Even getting, an unseeable JC at times if you want to be cheeky with it. But yeah. These teams...
Very nice.
This team's mad good. Let's see. What did chat say? There was... Susan Adachi.
Yeah.
What do you think on that?
So I like that team a lot. I just don't play Susan this game, so I can't say how particularly good it is for Susan. But for Adachi, I definitely know that it's pretty strong because you get a lot of good mix-ups. The 6P again, the bullet 6P is very useful. The team should probably be able to unblockable. So I think I mean, to be honest, if they, well, maybe not because his JA whiffs so much, but I think if you ID delay JA, it should still work. So the team should still have an unblockable. And I do like that team.
Yeah, it's
more than most.
It's definitely one of the better Adachi teams. It's obviously with Susan in this game, if you have Susan on a team, you're getting incredibly high damage. Adachi having above average damage, you get to explode sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's good. It also is pretty stable for most Susan routes with if you're doing CC stuff. So it's a good team. I don't think it's Yosuke Chie stuff. So I'd probably put an A. Personally,
I'm not sure. It's just no one plays it, so it's hard for me to say.
Yeah, I remember.
I do like it though.
I remember fighting it at Super TSB, and it was pretty good. I think Pocket Weeb played it.
Yeah,
and it was pretty good. But yeah, I'd probably say A, because it has. Let me check out it in the game real quick, because I think it should have most of the stuff that you're looking for a Adachi team.
Yeah. It's just the problem is no one plays it, so it's harder to gauge compared to some of these other teams where I've either seen people play it or played it myself.
Exactly. So it's just something to note. Yeah, you get an easy combo from that. And then
yeah,
you get
it's
easy
really nice. The 4P, oh, I forgot to mention this, same thing with Ruby, the 4P is very helpful.
Yes, yeah, because
this helping Adachi. A lot of people like to force on Adachi, so using the 4P to help protect Adachi is very nice.
Yeah, and you just get a lot of good situations from it.
Yeah, that's something Yumi and Narukami actually don't do. The defensive 4P is very nice for stuff like that. I think I'm labbing this team. Funnily enough, I'm labbing the Ragna and Susanoo team right now.
Mm-hmm.
I like more than most Adachi team. So
It's pretty. It might be S minus, but I think
I
I want
think
to
for
say
now,
A.
I think for now you should put them there, but like
They like S
for like
minus
near
or A.
S minus, I think for now, and then like later on to see if we could just compare it to other teams
Yeah,
and
kind of see how
where they
things.
fall.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some other easy ones, but let's go on the other side of things. Makoto.
Oh, yeah. That team is trash. It doesn't do anything. Like the assists don't even work, so that's bad.
The assists don't work. You don't get anything from Azio 6P. You don't have really good defensive assists to go with it. Like, yeah, this is just not a good team.
It is trash.
You get the benefit of having Adachi on the team, but like you don't get much else.
That team is terrible. I actually think I tried it multiple times for some reason. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah, no.
We'll just this one's pretty much like there's not much else you can say.
There's actually a lot of bad Adachi teams. Funnily enough, like
Yeah. Yeah.
I can like name like 5 characters right now off the top of my head that are really bad.
Is Elizabeth on that list? Because somebody's asking.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, Liz Adachi's terrible.
Yep.
Doesn't even work.
You don't
Doesn't
get
even have a mix up.
that dude. I streamed the other day doing like a little lab session for people, and somebody asked if that team would work, and I just showed that you. Even if you're able to do Azio 6, like call the 6P for a little bit and get it. First off, the 6P doesn't even connect until like the first hit before you want to active switch, and you don't get a falling mix-up because she doesn't have an overhead.
Yeah, it's really bad. It doesn't even help Liz like that actually, so it's double bad. It's one of the worst teams actually you could pick with Adachi.
Yeah,
sure.
It's funny because
it might be the worst. It's so bad.
Because it's funny also because Adachi wants to be on point and then active switch to the back. Liz wants to never active switch in.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, RNG asked, how important do you guys think air blockable DPS for Adachi synergy?
It's definitely a pretty important thing. But for Chie and Yosuke specifically, they have a lot of merit. So if they had the air unblockable DP, you could argue them going higher.
Yeah,
but the fact that they don't is pretty huge because, I mean, there's nothing stopping someone from just jumping on the BCO dyne. Now, something that is nice is that people don't mention this, though, but what you can do is if they jump the BCO dyne, and this happens with even if characters you can't air unblockable, sometimes it's just worth to go for a mix-up. So you just jump in the air with them and do a high-low mix-up. That's also very valid to do.
Yeah.
But having the air unblockable DP is huge. You just deter someone from jumping randomly and getting free damage if they do. Like with Narukami Adachi, if someone jumps, I get like 5k, and I always get corner, of course. So it's like that's pretty huge if in just random neutral situations. So
yeah,
I think it's pretty important. It's definitely something to gauge. And that is also something that Elizabeth cannot do.
Exactly. Like, kind of hit on there, yeah. Like, with the counter DPs, both the teams that we have up there that have the counter DPs have so many other merits that are just super good. And like mentioned, you get that falling mix-up, and both of them have good falling mix-up, because you get, like, the double hit with JA. Yosuke gets JB with stuff. Like, they have really good mix-up from there. And, like, even the Azrael team's air unblockable DP is not that good, because of how long it takes for him to start up, and like its angles could get really weird at times, especially with like how he moves. But
yeah,
you just get corner and you get so much from it. And the Yumi team gets like I think 7k. It's like 7k.
Yeah, they get a lot of damage from the air unblockable.
So it's like having all the most of them have most good teams will have that. But like obviously, for example, like Makoto would get air unblockable 6p, but like. Well, like, DP rather, but, like, it's just bad. And Liz is just bad. Let's go ahead and knock out a couple of the other bad ones.
Okay,
Platinum?
Platinum, terrible. Same thing as Makoto, doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Slightly better because you have JC, that's about it.
Yep.
I don't know what else to say, it's really bad. Like,
it's just like her assists don't do anything for Adachi. You don't get great mix-up from the team, and she doesn't get to use the Adachi neutral. Like, doesn't get to use 6p and 5p that well.
Yeah.
and like the pressure is pretty bad. So that's a quick and easy one. What are some other ones that you would say are like the really bad ones?
I think Neo's pretty bad with Adachi.
I would say I don't think Neo's like the worst. Like I wouldn't say D tier. I'd probably say like C personally. But it's hard because like you don't get great. You have the issue of playing Neo, right? So you don't get great damage and you have some things. But she's fast, so you get to do like run forward 6P stuff, and she has good air to air game. And so you get that going for you. You also from her assists, you still get JB plus 5P. And you get JP plus 5P, JP plus 6P. You actually have an Azio setup. Like, I think the team struggles a lot still because like Neo's really relying on an assist to do well. So it's kind of just like I would probably say C personally.
I mean, one of the main reasons why I didn't like that team is because Neo is so reliant on that. But Adachi's assist, again, Adachi wants to swap out, so his assists actually don't keep up with the other like really good assists. So I never really liked that team.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Maybe, I mean, I guess they could go a bit higher, but I think that team sucks.
Yeah,
So.
it's okay. It's definitely I would not say it's a good team by any means, but I think synergy wise, I think it's an okay team. But I think
I see.
Like team wise, like this shit's not popping.
I got you.
So yeah. I would say C personally. And I play this team casually from time to time, and it's pretty fun. Like, so, and that's kind of another thing to note with all this is, regardless of synergy, if people just want to play whatever, just do it. It's a fucking video game.
Right.
Some other bad ones.
I think with the zoners, New 13 and Hilda are very counterproductive to Adachi. I think those are really bad too.
Yep. I can agree with that.
They actually have completely different game plans, so it just doesn't work.
Yeah, plus both their assists don't match up with what Adachi wants.
Right. Hilda's assists are too slow to even combo off a JB most of the time, which is bad.
Yep, and you don't get an AZO 6P from either team because they take they're so long to start up.
Yeah, and during B Zeodyne, well, you're switching to Hilda. What mix-up are you doing, really? So,
yeah.
And New 13's a bit better mix-up, but at the same time, you don't really want to do that. So yeah, it's just pretty bad. Like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, they kind of, you're just, like mentioned, they're just counterproductive. They don't have different game plans, so, like, meh.
Yeah, oh, what's another zoner? Yuzu, same thing. Like, I forgot Liz is also a zoner. It's the same idea, it's just Liz is worse, because not only is she bad, she also doesn't even have any unblockable DP and stuff, but yeah, Yuzu's is on the same boat. That team is bad.
Yep.
Same points as the other characters. The team, the Yuzu is probably better than the other two though, because she does more damage, so you can do more cool stuff. But there's also like different mix-ups with her. But yeah, it doesn't really do anything.
So let's see. These teams kind of just.
I forgot about Blitztank. He's also a zoner.
Yeah, but Blitztank, I think that team's actually okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that team is better actually.
Yeah. I would say
it's not as bad, but I forgot he was a zoner, so I just mentioned him.
Yeah, I would say Blitztank probably B.
Yeah.
You get the unblockable. If they don't jump the Bezio, you get an unblockable, and then if not, you just get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it has some cheese to it, and Blitztank does like Adachi's assists, but like besides that, it might be lower. I don't know. I like the unblockable, but then I'm thinking like, why don't I just jump?
The 4P is really nice for Adachi, I will say. Let me go in training mode real quick with Blitztank. I never played this character ever, so
same.
I'm just gonna use his assists.
His assists are good for Adachi, but like, let's see.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, I think this team is good if you wanted to be a meme for sure. I mean, it's like I know Uri actually played this team for a bit and had a lot of fun. It's probably decent. I would say it's like decent, I guess.
Do you get? Oh, you do get AZ, like whatchamacallit, JB plus 5P.
Yeah, you do. And also the active switch window is big enough to just do Zeodyne, which is good.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's guaranteed. That's a guaranteed unblockable.
Yeah, pretty much. If they don't respond, like even if they super, Blitzking can either super back or DP or whatever, right? So that's actually pretty good.
Let me just see this.
Blitztank, obviously, quote unquote, mixed during BZO even if you don't do the unblockable, he has an instant overhead, which is funny.
Yeah. So you definitely get some stuff going with it. I think that team's probably like B tier in my opinion.
Yeah, probably B.
So yeah, it's definitely a good meme team though. What's
Yeah.
Let's see. Chat room. Somebody noted that Yuzu Adachi is pretty one-sided because stuff like Teleport plus Adachi 6P is decent, and you get stuff like it's a good Yuzu team, but yeah, no, it's kind of bad.
If you wanna, the problem is with Adachi is you definitely want to make the most important thing about Adachi by far synergy-wise is making use of the beam.
Yeah.
Since that's the main move that you will be using with Adachi. So regardless of everything else, like say like the other character gets cool stuff with Adachi, it's more so like, yeah, but like can you make use of the beam? And it's like that's the most important thing. And zoners usually don't for the most part. Like they can do cool stuff. Like I'm pretty sure if you act to switch into Yuzu, like, you know, and do the beam, you can probably, you know, get on top of them, but it's like, why?
Yeah, and you don't get
you could pick a different character and do the same thing but be more threatening. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. It's just it's counterproductive in a lot of regard.
Yeah.
Let's see. What was some of the chat? Naoto S.
That team is decent.
Yeah.
Actually, I would put it in A.
That's what I was thinking, actually.
Yeah.
Like, you have Azio plus 6P, which is good. You have a good ways to set up 6B, BZO, rather.
Right.
You get it's like has all the baseline stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with Naoto S personally.
Oh, that team is good. I mean, obviously you get the unblockable, the 6B helps. I think the Azeodyne is good if I remember correctly. Persona 4 character, she gets a good air dash mix up.
Yep.
It pretty much does everything you really need it to do. The marks are pretty easy too.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So yeah, no, I remember labbing the team. I can obviously lab a little bit more right now, of course, but from what I remember, I definitely think the team is good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely good. I don't think it's, like, kind of mentioned earlier, kind of hitting on where the tiers are. I don't think it's on, like, as real Yosuke level.
Yeah.
But it's still, it's I would say it's probably, like, one of the better A-tier teams.
Yeah.
It's like, or more so, it's like one of the better teams that kind of just like, it's the baseline and it kind of gets things done.
Yeah, it's definitely good though. So if you wanted to play it,
you could set up.
One I would recommend.
Racer says you could set up traps after BZO and her 6P gets true block string into BZO for Oki. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I was more thinking about how you could literally do like a BZO dying into like a mark situation, which is like, you know, stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
Because if you get like the falling mix-up, they just go into the insta-kill.
Right. One thing I do not like though is Adachi has no air unblockable. Like, I think the setup where, you know, you do like obviously 2B Hama active switch into DP. Adachi obviously doesn't have a good DP for that, but that's not super necessary. That's just something I would never like.
Yeah. It's another option to prevent like just people just, hey, I'm just gonna air block that.
Yeah.
It has the it also has the problem of double counter on a team.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I'd say it's really good. What do you think about Kanji?
That is a good team, actually, but Kanji sucks. So
yeah,
I'm not sure how you want to do that.
I kind of wanted to say because he has.
I mean, I would put in an A, but.
Yeah, like for synergy wise, like if we're looking at like team strength wise, probably really bad. But like in terms of just raw synergy, like he good 6P to go with Adachi. Adachi uses the 5P pretty well. Kanji gets to use the assists.
The team is definitely good. I remember specifically saying that I would like if I play Kanji, I play that team. It's good for sure.
Yeah. Someone in the chat mentioned Mika.
I
don't play this character, so this is all you.
Let me give me a second.
Yeah.
But where would you put Kanji?
I would say A, B area.
Yeah, I would probably say A, to be honest.
Because
Yeah.
just because of the synergy wise, I think like team wise, I don't think this team is very good. But I think like synergy wise, the team's like, because it's a problem if you have Kanji on your team, right?
Yeah.
But like I think synergy wise, definitely A.
I in my initial list, I remember labbing him and Yukiko and saying, well, these teams, have a lot of good things, but they're two bad characters. So it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of just like, eh.
Yeah. So Mika, let me lab this real quick.
In the meantime,
my initial impression from what I remember last time was I didn't like it that much, but I thought it was okay.
Yeah, it seemed like it should have like JB plus 5P. It should have like, it won't have AZO plus 6P into BZO stuff, or shouldn't, right? How far does the 6P go?
It goes pretty far, but it doesn't go like
that
super.
fast.
It definitely doesn't go full screen, so you're not really gonna make use of the 6P that much as far as the scene goes. And the AZO plus 5P is weak at most ranges, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Team has good mix up though, so it's nice. I'm trying to, and obviously the JB is super consistent. Like this JB always works.
Yeah.
No matter what the height is. Defensive 4P is nice. I don't like this. I mean, the Mika missile works, but I like the Mika missiles, like the one with other characters where you have a choice in what you want to like do for combos. But this one with Adachi 6P, you kind of have to commit more, which I don't like, but it's still decent.
Yeah. Probably B or A.
Yeah. In my last list, I said it was good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, Blitztank is there. I think this team is better than Blitztank, so I would put it in A right now.
Yeah, and then we'll kind of hit back on that later.
Yeah.
There was Wald and then Akihiko.
Okay. Wald is not a good team. I will say that right now. That is not good.
Would you say C or D?
C.
Because like
it's definitely better than those characters. But
yeah,
C.
you get you at least have a semblance of a team, but like it's not, you don't get like much of anything. It's like mentioned before where like you don't have great 6Ps. Like his 6P is a lockdown, but you want a faster like range 6, like a faster, longer range 6P to force BZO. But it's more so you're trying to do like AZO plus 6P, and then you aren't doing BZO 9, and then you're already like, that's already goofy.
Yeah, I think that team is not good. It's not even good for Adachi, so I would never play it. But
yeah,
there is one good thing about it is if you get BZO 9 off, Waldstein's always going to be in your face, which is funny.
Yeah, and you can get air dash mix up, or you can even like, depending on the timing for it, you can get a command throw. Like it has layered offense to it whenever you do get to block a 6B, well a BZO rather, but like you're not gonna see it that often.
Yeah, Waldstein's also too slow to make use of it a lot of the time. He just gets in actually. He doesn't really actually do mix-ups half the time because he's so slow.
Yeah,
so.
Is he actually D?
No, because he has an instant overhead, which is very useful.
Oh, true.
Given. And instant overhead, and obviously they do a lot of damage together, which is nice.
Yeah, and Adachi uses that 5P really well.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's D, but
yeah, it's not a good team.
Yeah, it's not good. Real quick before we do the rest of the ones in chat, pretty much same reasons for Waldstein. Tager is also bad, but he should be in D because he has less strengths.
Yeah,
and actually no mix-up during BZO9, and worse time getting in. So yeah, he's bad.
I know, like, I think like a month ago or something, there's a player like Cow who plays Adachi, Tager. And like about like a month ago, and my G's been playing it since it came out. And he was like, "Hey, it turns out there's one particular setup where Tager can actually you can actually use Tager's 4P. Besides that, it was like Wald Tager where you only call 5P, but like it's just a bad team."
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, I would highly recommend you don't play that team. There's actually better Tager teams, which is funny. So the chat.
Yeah,
said something about Ragna.
Yes.
Ragna Adachi's weak. I actually think I would put Ragna Adachi in S minus.
Really?
The moment.
I haven't touched this team. It should have everything.
You should actually try it out right now if you want to.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that.
It's pretty funny.
So let's see. It should have JB plus 5P. It should have all the baseline stuff.
The DP is also huge, which is like Narukami, very good.
That's gonna
work. If you do ID back 6P, you get actually something really good. Like ID back AZO plus 6P anyway.
Yeah, like hold up. Let me turn him off from jumping. I just want to see.
Yeah, you actually get a full combo if you
if it connects.
I was doing it on Ruby, to be honest. It's the funny part.
So if probably is gonna be like range dependent.
Yes, of course.
Ooh.
I was making having it work on Ruby. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Maybe hold up. Let me go like fuller screen. Maybe I don't know. This seems
kind of weird.
Yeah, his 6P has always been weird. Can you at least like get?
Although I will say, if the 5P is also nice though, like AZO plus 5P.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, it didn't exactly combo, but you could do BZO Dine afterwards and get a mix up.
Thank you.
While you're in front of their face, which is very good. The mix up while you're in BZO Dine is good because not only do you have the air dash mix up, you also have Gauntlet Hades.
Yeah, you can do like kind of similar to the Yumi team where you can kind of do like delay air dash whatnot, or you can even go for like landing instead overhead. Or by instant overhead, I mean Gauntlet Hades and JC, but
something special about this team is you can make use of his lifesteal a lot because Adachi effectively keeps active switching, and Ragna still gets his life back all the time. So both characters in this team could actually manage health really well.
Yeah, and especially both their res games are really good. So it kind of works out where like no matter who dies first, you're still gonna have some good comeback.
Yeah, it's I think this team is better than pretty much every team below it right now.
Yeah.
Even on my old synergy chart, I had this team very high. Like I think the Ragna synergy is very good. The defensive 4P is very nice. The Mandala setup is very good still because of the high DP angle. So yeah, do pretty much everything you really needed to.
Yeah. So in the chat there was
definitely Aurier and Mai.
So what do you think of Aurier?
I didn't like it that much, but it's kind of okay. It's
I'd say B probably.
Yeah.
Like it's a team. You could definitely play it.
There's nothing really special about it.
Yeah, it has the baseline stuff, kind of like in a sense Blitztank, where it has the baseline stuff, and for like both sides, but you don't get super stuff from it. Granted, I don't play Ori fucking all. So,
yeah.
So I don't know with that, but overall, you should be getting the baseline stuff for both characters, so that's easy B.
Right.
Let's see. There was
my. So let me actually go reference my old chart real quick.
You don't get a 6P like at all with Mai because the 6P just has no range.
You have to use the 5P.
Yeah.
I would also put this in the same B tier as Aurier. Same thing.
I can agree with that.
It's. I mean, again, it has a lot of baseline things. Mix up is standard.
Yeah, it's like so far for it's like B is kind of just like this is like the bare minimum you want from a team.
Yeah.
I'm let's see what else in the chat, because I kind of want to move Neo up personally, but we'll see how it goes out. Because for synergy wise, I think it's okay. I think it's a bad team still, but I think the synergy, I think it's similar to like a Blitztank situation where like the team's not great, but it has synergy. But let's see.
Another
Aki.
character, Aki. Oh yeah, that was one that was said. I would put it in A.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
It's slightly better. It's slightly above average because you can get cyclone levels very easily with the team, so that team hurts a lot.
You get
Something
easy cyclone. It's easy cyclone levels. Aki is mad good in general. He uses 5p really well.
Yeah.
The team just has explosive damage in general.
Yeah. I don't remember the corkscrew being particularly good, which I don't like. Another thing that I don't like is during BZOdyne, specifically mid-screen, opening them up with a high-low is like, say you get the low, depending on where you are in the BZOdyne, you don't really get a combo, which I don't like that much. But if you're in the corner, if you hit them with anything pretty much, you can kill them because you have time to get cyclone levels usually, even near the end. So
yeah,
that's very good. At least that's a decent trade-off. But I like consistency. So
yeah.
I don't know.
It's above average team for sure.
Yeah. I definitely think it's above average.
Thank you, Alex, for the follow. What was it? There was Yang.
Okay. I actually just left this team. I would still put it B. I don't really like it that much because the JB is like really finicky. But it's pretty much better than some of these other like characters below her. Yeah, it's not really anything special at all.
Yeah, it also has a fairly weak. I want to say a fairly weak AZO 6p.
Yeah, the 6p obviously the last hit doesn't hit consistency. So consistently, oh my god. But
yeah, kind of like
so I didn't like it like that.
Kind of like RNG said, seems whatever.
It's pretty much on the same line as like it's really standard stuff that is not special.
Yeah, it's not a bad team, but it's also
if you wanted to play it, you could.
Yeah, it's like a very average team. It's not bad, but like you can go better.
Yeah.
There was
someone said Akatsuki.
Yeah, Akatsuki.
So I do not like this team actually. Where do I put this on my list? Yeah, I put it in subpar. Yeah, and I would put it in C. Like,
that's what I was thinking.
I do not like this team.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's eh.
I would really, if Akatsuki actually got a mix-up off of BZOdyne, it would be, and not only get a mix-up off of BZOdyne, but also be able to hit them out of the freaking air during BZOdyne, it would probably be good or even above average, but he can't do either of those things, so all of those like neutral like assists and great things that they have are just like kind of thrown out the drain because like Akatsuki actually plays similar to Adachi where you want to keep switching. But he's like it's more so about supporting the other person. Akatsuki does it by doing unblockables, and Adachi does it with the beam, right? But I don't really like Adachi. Like there's no mix up.
Yeah, it's like kind of mentioned where like the counter DPs kind of are where if you have a counter DP, you need to have something to really come back with it, like the other like the 2 and like S minus, right? But like Akatsuki doesn't really provide that. And it's kind of like you mentioned, it's like they're both supporty characters, so having like 2 support characters most of the time is going to be not super great.
Yeah. They essentially just wanted to do the same thing, which is garbage. So I never liked that team.
Let's see. There was Hyde.
Mitsuru, Gord, Hyde. Okay. Okay. Hyde is they have a funny interaction, but definitely like not good. Like I put it in C as well. That's not good.
Yeah. I was thinking B, but yeah, C because it doesn't have good. It has an AZO 6p, right? Does it hit on combo?
I don't think so. Like you can lab right now, right?
Yeah. Let me pull that up.
I remember labbing this team. I'm like, oh hell no, because there's no like the mix up is garbage.
Yeah. You don't get the problem with a lot of the Under Night is like you don't get a lot. The air dash kind of screws it for distance with how far they get.
Yeah. I keep saying BZOdyne, but also Heat Riser. It also screws that up as well because on uni air dashes,
I got it to where 6p hit 1 hit.
Yeah.
Oh my god! You have to do it grounded, and then it does a combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't get an active switch area. I wonder if you can do it with 5p. You can set it up with 5p, but like...
Yeah.
that doesn't feel good, especially on if they block it.
Yeah.
That's super. That's funny. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
This team's probably C, definitely.
I don't like this team. Like, there's no mix up during Heat Riser. Like, I think no uni character gets mixed up during Heat Riser like that. Like, besides Mika, because she has a very good JC, but I don't know. Like, the mix up on the high is garbage with that team specifically. So, yeah, no, I would never touch that. The interaction's pretty funny though.
Yeah, let's get Gord.
Gord.
I think this team sucks.
Yeah,
I think this team is so fucking bad.
I would actually put it in D. It's,
it's in there. It's in there. This team fucking blows.
I think the only team, I think literally the only thing that team has is a Command Throw 6P. I don't remember if it combos though. So
I don't actually think it combos. I remember testing this out forever ago. Hold up. I'm gonna lab that real quick because I just want to know. Because coming from fucking Azrael Gordo and not having that is like really bad.
It's like so disgusting. Like that team is bad.
Wait, you probably do get a combo. Yeah, but you don't get a good one because the spacing they have to get 2B.
So I know, I guess it does work in the corner, and it probably does work. This character specific mid-screen, it looks like.
Yeah, because that hits pretty like far on Ragna. But yeah, you probably get like 5k or something. So
I mean,
that's
literally the only thing.
Yeah, because I remember playing this in the betas, like at like the tournaments and whatnot, and like you actually there's no way for him to confirm off of like a Reaper without being like super bad, or like where if you want to do like CC stuff with B Reaper and you just don't get it.
Right.
It's bad.
It's really bad. They don't do anything. DP doesn't even work.
Yeah, and it's similar idea. Gordo is mainly a support character, so having a character that can't use the support character that can't really capitalize on the beam and stuff, it's like, no.
Yeah, it's really bad. I highly advise against that.
Yeah.
Unless you want to troll.
Heart.
Heart? I don't
know.
I mean, let me.
You get Glide.
I remember that team being decent, I guess. I would default to B because I remember they did have decent mix-ups.
Yeah, you get good use from Glide with Bezio.
Yeah, I mean you automatically get in, which is funny.
Yeah, and like they should have the baselines because the 5P should work with JB. You have 6P that should work with Azio 6P, well Azio, Bezio, whatnot. Like, yeah, I feel like it should just be baseline.
It's really, it doesn't really do anything. There's like a lot of better Heart teams.
Oh yeah.
But as far as Adachi goes, it's okay, I guess.
Yeah. It's not a bad team, but it's similar. It's the same idea as all B tier so far. It's not a bad team, but you can do better. For both sides. I mean, like,
I want to quickly talk about Jin. That team is. I want to talk about support characters in general. Like, like Jin, who else? Batista. These teams don't do anything, pretty much.
Yep.
Like, you act switch into them, and then what? Like, it doesn't really do anything. The Batista team is a bit better than the Jin team. I would put it in C personally because you actually do get better mix-ups, but
I can agree with that.
Besides that, it's like so
S.
bad. Like,
yeah, S is a similar support character, right?
S is a flex character. The flex characters vary. Like,
yeah.
Who is a flex? Like Ruby's a flex character. She's at the top, right? So
true.
That requires more consideration, but
yeah.
No,
those two are just like you raw. Like you don't get anything from Azio 6P. You probably can get JB 5P stuff, but like that's about it. Like you don't get anything.
That team is really like not good. Another team that's really not good is Hawkman.
Yep.
Really, same thing. There's actually a bit more mix-up, but you have no beam synergy for the most part. Like the beam synergy is garbage, and I think the JB synergy is also sus. Since at certain ranges on air hit, you won't even get a combo, which is a problem with the Jin team as well.
Yeah.
There's so many problems with that team. It's really bad.
Um,
I know someone said Mitsuru.
yes, it was. We'll do Mitsuru and then Naoto K.
I
I think the Mitsuru team's
think
not great.
I think the Mitsuru team. I would put it in A.
Ooh, because I was thinking B. What do you like about the team?
Well, if you could go to training mode real quick, something that's really nice about the team is you're able to like consistently use like 5P to set up like A/BZO and you get like the CC confirmed, which is good. But also obviously instant overhead during BZO is nice.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
I mean, it's obviously not a very good team, but I think it's above average simply because the reward and offense that you get.
Yeah.
The
what was-
JB is, if I remember correctly, the JB worked for the most part. So
Yeah, you get this for free.
yeah, the CC with the 5P loops is nice, and then you can always just end in BZO and do an instant overhead, and you can maybe 2-touch them. That's something I liked about this team in S.
That's true.
So
So let's see.
it's pretty much an all or nothing team. It's like feast or famine, but it can kind of work.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's good to have, especially because if you get like, I want to see if I can get this because I'm not getting the. There it goes. Ooh. Even if you drop it though, you get a sandwich, which is nice because of how
Yeah.
5P moves.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like I like that. The Heat Riser thing, you can actually do delay air dash mixed up with Mitsuru. You can do air dash JB, and if it hits, you get JA, which is nice. So it's just, I mean, Mitsuru players never do air dash mix-ups because they usually don't have to, but she can actually set that up.
Yeah. So I can see this team be good. Like it has it has unique synergies, which is probably fits it in the A tier.
Yeah, I like it personally. I just would never play this because it's really feast or famine. Like you just either get going or you don't.
Yeah,
So.
like why play Mitsuru Adachi when you could play like Mitsuru Akihiko?
Yeah.
Let's see. There was Naoto K.
I know someone. Oh yeah, now it's okay. Yeah, that team.
I don't.
I would put it in C. I mean, again,
Yeah,
like,
I don't like this team.
it doesn't do anything. There's not much mix up to be honest. The DP is good though. The
Yeah.
4P is good, but
You don't get
It's like-
AZO 6P stuff. Like you don't even get like a sandwich situation because most Naoto teams like you like whenever you can call 6P and get a sandwich going with it, but like the Adachi
Yeah.
team doesn't really provide that.
yeah, it's. I don't know what else to say. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's kind of just.
Yeah. Yeah. So what was the other character?
It was shit. Naoto K. Do S.
Okay. If we're gonna do S, I would also put S in A. Same thing as Mitsuru, but it's a bit better because it gives Adachi more leeway to go into BZO for slightly less reward, which is nice.
That's
And
true.
yeah, it pretty much works literally the same exact way. The DP is a bit worse, unfortunately, for the air unblockable, but it's okay. It definitely is better than the teams below it because of the instant overhead, though. The instant overhead mix-up during BZO dying is extremely stupid.
Yeah.
You get, like, a lot of damage off of it.
And it should have a Bezios setup. Like with
Yeah.
6P. You get a decent one there. Does it combo on hit? No, but okay, that's cheap though. Hold up, let me go over to the capture. So on hit, it doesn't combo, but you do get. Oh wait, no, yeah, you get the 6P to combo, but if you just get free real estate to just run up instant overhead and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's also what I like about like teams like this and Narukami. You don't necessarily always need an AZO combo, but if you can like easily just set up the BZO dying and do a mix-up, I find that really nice.
Yeah, thanks Dark Flames for the follow. So let me see here. So yeah, there's that. This guy says that Adachi 5P helps her a lot to run her game plan. Yeah, it's a good team.
Yeah, I like it. Let's do Hazuma right now.
Okay, yeah, this is the meme team, right? fucking society. I think this team sucks. Personally. But I also I'm not a Hazuma guy, so
it's like I would say it's okay. Like I would honestly put it in B because you can do, even though the AZOs are garbage, you can do unique things with Hazuma specifically because of his mix-up during AZO line is actually really stupid because you can't fuzzy block anything at all because he has 5 hitting overheads.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's really cheap. Doing chain plus 6p over and over is like kind of funny, I guess. It's not that good at all, but I think it's kind of obnoxious because of like they're just flying in the air all the time. It's okay.
Yeah.
The Yosuke team is definitely better, but I think if you wanted to play the meme team, you could, and you'll probably do okay, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's definitely better teams.
Like I've seen people play it, and every time I look at it, there's just the counterplay is just like obvious, and like the way you like get around it is just like it does not have much threat going on. I think I could probably go B or C.
Like Hazuma. I mean, it also kind of stems from Hazuma just being bad.
Yeah.
But.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And a lot of his assists are just bad.
Yeah.
So it's like,
although they have. The DP is very good for the setups that Adachi wants, which I also like about the team.
Yeah.
I would still say B, but I can still see C, I guess. I'll probably put low B because some of those teams in C are really bad. Like, now it's okay. It's like, oh hell no, like.
Yeah, I think this is very similar to like the Neo team at a degree, where you get some unique stuff and you get like baseline to a degree, but like, it's just not that good as a team.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm gonna move Neo up. I think this is fine.
Yeah.
What? What was there was another one that I saw.
What else?
Somebody asked, is there a different way you can run Akatsuki? I ran into a guy who used the team. Oh, he was using new with a dog. Anyways, thanks for the question. Where everyone's
let's do Teddy.
Yeah, S or S minus.
So, I mean, kind of a tough one. I would to stay safe, since I know about those 3 teams at the top for sure, since those teams have been played, I would put it in S minus.
Yeah,
but this team is very good. Like I think it's like top 5, top 6 Adachi teams or something like that. Like it's very good. Like you can. It's unique in how it's good though, because it's not like the same way of how it's good in like other teams. Like you have to play differently.
Yeah,
it has different setups. You obviously abuse BZO but not in the same way. You use BZO to throw items. The mix-up is worse than most other characters, but you can like set up a lot of tricky like things during the BZO and Adachi's assist also helps Teddy a lot actually.
Yeah,
which is underrated.
Bear Screw and 6P is pretty good, if I remember right.
Yes, Bear Screw plus Adachi 5P or 6P is insane damage-wise. Like, you can get, like, I think it's, like, 9k meterless or something like that, or 8k. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Insane CC combo.
And they have good, like mentioned, it's just, you have to play the neutral pretty weird compared to normal Adachi teams, or normal Teddy teams. But, like, whenever you get it going, like, shit's crazy. There's so much shit on the screen.
Yeah, it's actually very annoying to deal with. I think I've seen Server Maiden actually experiment with this team. I remember.
Yes.
I always thought this team was good, but he started playing it more recently.
He played it for like 1 or 2 games at the King of Giants festival, and I did analysis on it, and I remember just thinking, what the fuck is happening on the screen sometimes? Because he would sometimes just like, if you blocked BZO, if he wasn't going for a mix-up, he just cycled through like 4 or 6 items.
It's definitely nice for that. And also, the 5P helps the AZO synergy a lot. So you get full screen mix-up, similar to Chie.
Yeah.
Do mix-up from neutral, which is very nice.
The team's definitely good. Let's see.
Someone said Jubei. That team is pretty bad. I would put it in C.
Yeah. That's what I was leaning towards. It doesn't have you don't get great usage from the beams. It's very similar to, it's like they're stacking roles because a Jubei team wants to be able to do 6P and drums, right, or like seals or whatever you call it,
Yeah.
and like be able to like force the issues that way. And so, but whenever Adachi wants to be active switching out, you're really just trying to use beams a lot more. So like they're kind of overlapping neutral game plans.
Yeah. I would actually. So looking at the characters in this list, I would actually move Mika down. I think she falls more in line with the B than the A's. I think the A's are definitely like, if you wanted to play them in a tournament setting, I would.
You could get away with it, yeah.
Even Kanji, it's like, all right, Kanji sucks, but you could cheese someone for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah. Yeah. The Mika team doesn't really do that much, but we talked about that. So. Another character I want to get out of the way is Merkava. I would put it in C. It's the same thing. Support character doesn't really do much. Yeah, it's like the mix-up during BZO Dine is actually kind of good if you're already close, but bad if you're far away because he casts a glide, and his low during glide is garbage. So, like it's 13 frame low versus like the overhead, so it's like but. Especially since they nerfed the glide recovery in this patch, so
yeah,
it's not that hard to block relatively to other characters, even during the BZO.
Yeah, and even setting up the BZO is pretty bad.
Yeah, it doesn't even have good beam synergy, so that team is bad.
There was Cactus's team, so Aegis and then Carmine.
Aegis, okay. That team very interesting. I would put it in A?
Yeah, I think it's like high A or like I don't know if it's S minus.
I wouldn't. I would put it in A. Like
I think it's probably one of the better A teams.
It's kind of like a better version of the Mitsuru team. It's like Feast or Famine.
Yeah, you get some good options with it as well. Like because you can get the 6P. I saw Cactus post about this recently. You get from like meaty situations from like the safe jump JB stuff, like from say like Commander or whatever. You can call 6P because you do just Adachi does JB 5B like BZO, and then the 6P covers enough block stun to where you can get it like on push block or anything, and it forces BZO mix up. Like, but the moment you get the hit, it's really good. But getting to that hit is really really hard.
Yeah, the team has absolutely no neutral, like for the most part. Like the neutral of the team is very like lackluster. However, this team is one of the highest damaging teams in the entire game. Again, like if you get hit by a 4P, you actually could lose. It's actually insane.
Yeah,
like I'm doing this combo in training mode right now. Literally, I'm pressing 2 buttons and I did 11k. Like it's stupid.
Wait, what's the combo? Hold up.
You do 4P starter, by the way, and it's easier in the corner, but 4P starter, and then you just do like 5B, 2B, but you're making the first hit of 5B and 2B whiff, and then just do 4P repeatedly over and over. It's like it's the same as the Batista combo you're doing with Adachi.
Gotcha.
It's stupid. Yeah, like it's so explosive. So, and since Aegis has really good mix-up, like if you get hit by something like Adachi, you know, not Adachi. If you get hit by Aegis JA, that could just be death. Like it's really stupid. This little DC combo.
Yeah,
it's so stupid and unburstable, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know how to play Aegis, so I'm not being able to hit this combo. But yeah, you get because the bullet scaling is stupid.
Yeah, non-existent actually. So you just loop 5B, 4B. Yeah, like this is so stupid. Oh my god. Yeah, if you ever fight this, you have to, even though it's not like crazy good, you really have to be careful because you just die. It's sad. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, like it was pointed out the 5P burst punish is 17k for the team apparently. I assume with like CC and cash out, like that's a dead character.
Yeah, 5P starter, like
5P starter.
Like,
that is a reaction to the burst, not even a burst bait.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh. Like, I don't even think the Yumi team gets that high.
Yeah, that's like legendary damage for sure. Unburstable. Like, it's just insane. So I would put in, like, it's like really stupid. However,
If the neutral was better, I would be saying this is like one of the better teams, but like, or like one of the best teams. But
yeah, I mean, I'll go on with the list. I'm not really sure, like, because technically, like,
do you think it's better
this team-
than the Naoto and Kanji teams, and like Mitsu?
Actually, yes. So
I think
I definitely so, but the neutral is the only problem with the team specifically is the neutral is like really like it with both characters point they like the assists are not very strong, so you're banking on rewards, so it's not that stable.
yeah.
But you know, if you ever, and I mean get one hit, like you could just win the game. So I think that's like insane. Like that's I know you could get one hit and win with a couple of characters, but with Aegis especially, like there's no counterplay. You can't burst. You can't push block for the most part. Like no, like so that's like really dumb. I guess I would put an S minus.
Yeah, I think it's probably last of S minus. Like
yeah, probably.
Sup, Nan? How you doing? Let's see.
I'm looking at Ragna and looking at the list more. I do think Ragna should be there because I actually like that team a lot.
I think it's good. It's probably the like. I think I just might be better. Like I don't know. It's a good team.
Yeah.
We'll look at it more. Yeah, he should probably stay.
Yeah.
Carmine.
Carmine. I would put it in B. The team only works because Carmine is not a balanced character. That's actually it. Like, that's actually it. Like, there's nothing else. It's really stupid.
The Carmine side, like, using Adachi is just really good. Like, you don't get the similar beam synergy stuff, but, like, it's just the fact that you get the baseline for the most part, and, like, it's Carmine.
Yeah, it's Carmine. I mean, again, he's not a balanced character, so you can play him with Adachi and get away with it. Like, that's pretty much all it really is. The synergy is actually not super, like, good in any way. Like, the Azeo is honestly not good, and the Bezeo is better than the Azeo, which is not common.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's a thing. So, that's not terrible. The DP is good. The mix-up, he's one of the only uni characters where the mix-up is actually really threatening mid-screen because his double hitting overhead.
Yeah. God.
And the team hurts a lot, so I would put it high B.
Yeah, I think it's probably the best B.
Yeah.
Or for that we have listed right now, it's the most because honestly, most of B, the higher ones, ironically enough, like if I want to go through an order, I think most of them are going to be the meme ones. But I think Carmine's is probably just like the best B because it's the most stable of the B side.
Yeah. So Carmine's actually exception for synergy. I mean, there's multiple exceptions, but I mean, again, the team is not that high. It's not that good, but if you wanted to play it, you could get away with it. You're playing Carmine.
The thing, like the synergy beats tier thing, like you can get away with the team and like do well with it, but like the synergy beats tier thing means that like if you pick most of the time, if you pick two S tier characters, like example, Adachi and Carmine are both S tier characters, right? Like they're fucking cheap.
Yeah.
And then if you put them together, they're not that great of a team. But like Wald Tager sucks, but that team's cheap. So like that's the thing of where the synergy with Tager and Wald beats the tier of say like Adachi Carmine.
Right. This is all right. Yeah. We're getting really down to the wire. So let's. All right, I want to get out of the way a couple of these because a couple of these here are still not good. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Lene and Blake and Seth are all bad. Oh my gosh.
So okay, Lene, D.
Yeah, Lene, D. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. There's no assist either.
She's fast enough to where she could probably get mixed up from Bezio, but you don't have any real way of connecting Bezio.
Yeah. No, like the way of Lene plays Adachi is like it's counterproductive. Like Lene doesn't like Adachi's assist that much either, so I would never play something like that. Same thing as Blake. There's worse mix-up than Lene, actually. Really bad.
I do like
she's also like a zonerish character, so.
Yeah, I can see that. I like
The
her.
AZO is good, though.
Yeah, the AZO 6P is really cheap, but like that's like the only thing the team really has going. And Blake really wants more out of her, like a partner.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's
You can't really play her as a function. That team is bad.
Yeah, it's you base a Blake. It's not like they're called Blake teams for a reason. Like that's the center point of the team.
Yeah.
What
I
was
said
it?
Seth too. So Seth is actually a bit better than those. So I would put it in C, but
Yeah,
it's also pretty trash.
I was labbing that as well. Like same idea. You don't get any mix-up. It's for Under Night character. You get damage. It's a really good damage team.
Yeah. So I was about to say.
And you're playing Seth, so those are bonuses. But like synergy wise, like you have no BZO setups. You have no
There's no AZO either, I think, right?
Yeah, you can't do AZO 6P or anything, like because then they just jump away from the bad tracking ball.
Yeah.
And it's just like cool. The team's kind of whack. The only plus side to it is that you actually get damage, and like the Seth side isn't too bad, but it's not a good Adachi team.
Oh, another one that's really bad is Noelle.
Yes.
Like, there's a DP, I guess, but that's about it. Like, that team sucks. Like,
that team's got nothing. That's so bad.
It's really bad. There's no ACO, there's no BCO. She gets a mix-up during BCO, but it's still not as good as you want it to be, so it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think her assist even combos consistently with JB either. Which, by the way, same thing with Blake, same thing with like Jin, Hakumen, like a lot of these characters, like that's kind of a big thing. You want combos from JB.
Yeah, you want very consistent ones.
Yeah.
Like some of these people have like consistent ones, but like the rest of it just sucks. Like typically, B is kind of just like they will have at minimum one thing or like around one thing that going for them. C has like at least two or more. B is like baseline, you get like a full package at least, and then A upwards is just like you're getting cheap.
Yeah. Real quick, someone said doesn't Lene 214B and overhead 214B have a 50-50? The problem is she doesn't oftentimes depending on how the BZO was set up, which most of the time, especially mid-screen, you're not going to have time to combo off of that, so it's kind of no. Even if they get hit, it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah.
Especially since you're playing Lineage, you're not doing that much damage in the first place. So.
You're kind of just relying on Adachi's damage at that point, and it's just...
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably...
Okay, there's one more. Like, that Salika team is really bad, too.
Yep.
Like, I played around with that. It's really bad. There's nothing that team does, actually. I think it's literally nothing. I don't know. Like, I think Unsafe said, actually, that it's kind of a... I don't remember his Celica's energy chart, but I think he had it decently high. I'm not 100% sure why, but I do know the Adachi end is garbage.
Yes.
So... I will say, she does have an instant overhead, so during BZO9, you can actually do something. So that's not too bad. She also has an actual DP, which is good.
Somebody in chat said I would have guessed that Celica Adachi is basically like you Adachi, but worse. That's cap.
Hey, they don't even do anything.
That's actually cap. Hold up. But like, okay. Somebody in chat mentioned Rachel a while ago.
Rachel is a very good team, actually.
Yeah.
I would put that in low S minus.
Low S minus, really?
Yeah. I think it's better than the Naruto team.
That's
true.
Sure.
And I think the Naruto team is good, so.
So what do you like about this team? I have not seen this.
Okay, hold on. It's either low S minus or high A, because it's like I'm not.
Let's talk about it.
100% sure.
What do you like?
So the main things I do like about the team is they have number one, the defensive 4P for Adachi, again, very, very good. The B Zeodyne, so this one's unique. The A Zeodyne actually isn't good, but the B Zeodyne specifically has her setting out 6P, so it's not that easy to like really, get around. And she could also do 4P if she wants to stop you from him setting up B Zeodyne, which is nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, during the actual B Zeodyne, you're getting mixed. Like
you're not blocking that shit.
unseeable 12 frame overheads and versus like low. So it's like, yeah, that's terrible to deal with. Kind of like, I guess, like it's just awful. The Adachi, like again, the Adachi point is good. The Rachel point, I think what maybe the reason why I would put it a bit lower. I guess a high A, because I was only thinking about Adachi point for a second, but
yeah, I can see it being probably the best A, because like Adachi's side, you get like you have some good stuff going, and you get baseline everything, and then for Rachel's side, like wind and 6P is pretty good if you're doing that. The neutral is pretty solid. The 5P lockdown is good.
I think the best aspect is the 4P because it's so huge, but no, it's for a Rachel team, like stuff like it doesn't do as much as say as Ruby does. So like I guess I probably shouldn't put it that high, but I think it's a very good team.
Yeah, it's probably around the Naoto area.
Probably, yeah.
Let's see. Well, worse is a broad term. You know what? You saved it. What's... Okay, so we got a couple more. What about Yukiko, right?
Low A?
Low A. Because you mentioned this, like, this team is bad, but it has great synergy.
Yeah. I mean, it like, Yukiko can get, like, half her health back, or get, like, 7 fire levels off of C command throw, which is, that's really good.
Yeah. It's one of the best Yukiko teams, for sure.
Yeah, the JB is... Let me actually look at the JB real quick, because I don't remember. I think Yukiko's 5P isn't that fast, so it might not be very good. But even if it isn't, there's, like, a lot of, like... The mix-up during B Zeodine is very good, because she has an instant overhead.
Yeah.
And she also has the Persona Air Dash, which is fast. The JA is big, so... She has a good amount of mix-up, actually, during, anything actually, not even only Adachi in general. She's just bad, so you don't get to do the mix-up. But her mix-up is pretty good, actually. Something that's really funny that I want you to do in training mode is you can do 2B plus 5P and get a good laugh. Actually, this is specifically a 2.0 thing. This is pretty funny. Like,
why?
Stop. No. I meant with Yukiko point.
Oh.
No. Don't do, not Adachi point. Don't press Adachi 2P.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what?
No, so, like not up front, but like at round start position, like it covers a really good spacing, I feel.
Actually, yeah. And then you can hit confirm that.
Yeah, you can, which is nice. I actually like that a lot, because especially against tall characters, you can really just, stop them from like randomly approaching Yukiko, get fire levels. You can actually get a single fire level during this, wow. Or like do EX and get, wow. I didn't lab this before. This is funny. You can get multiple fire levels during this, but
yeah.
Before I get lost in that, there's like a lot of things you can do with this team. They also another good thing I really like about this team is the DP also works most of the time, and if you hit a DP, you also can do the fire level combo and get a lot of fire levels that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I overall really like this team, so I would put it there. It's just you're playing Yukiko.
Yeah, like it's just a case where you're playing a bad character, but it's still a good team.
Yeah, I'm actually like looking at this the JB real quick. Let me just make the character jump. Oh wait.
Yeah, it seemed pretty consistent.
Yeah, this maybe just combo. Never mind then. Yeah, no. So yeah, this team is I would say it's pretty good. It's just you're playing Yukiko. It's kind of the same thing as Kanji. I think this team is better than Kanji, because you actually get the Zeodine mix up. But
yeah, like you get like actual stuff from it.
Yeah, it's really nice for Yukiko. I guess it's probably her best team at the moment.
This or Yumi.
Yeah, funnily enough, yeah. If you're making Yukiko good, there's a problem. For sure.
Yeah, I mean, like, because if beforehand it was the fact that her best team was Wald.
So in 1.3, in my opinion, her best team was Gordo, because of the CCM build. You just get fire levels that way.
You're right.
Then it was Waldstein, and then it's like Adachi and Yumi. So it's like, damn, like her best teams are just like with really stupid characters of whatever's the patch, whatever's in the patch. Like, damn.
Facts. All right, 9.
9.
I don't really like this team.
I didn't like this team. I just remembered that they had cute stuff.
Yeah. They're really cheeky. They might be B for me, B or C.
I wouldn't touch C because C has
Yeah.
some really bad teams.
You know what? Yeah,
Probably
actually.
B. Probably B, yeah.
It's probably one of the better B teams, like, because
yeah.
it has, like, the baseline stuff. It's just you don't get BZO mix up that well. Or her super jump might be enough.
Yeah, the BZO mix-up is, like, okay, I guess. It really depends where you are on the screen. I remember I put this team pretty high on my first list, actually, because I like the Adachi side.
Yeah.
And the 9 side was, like, pretty good, I guess, but I don't know, it's not crazy good. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I probably put it a bit too high because I remember that the A0 plus 6P was really good because you could just, like, A0 6P, then B0 die, and then jump in. So that's cool, but yeah, I probably put it a bit too high. It's still okay.
Let me see.
If you want to play, I guess.
Yeah, like, I'm curious. So let me set them to. I'm just more so curious because you can get if they block the BZO, does she even get mix up from it? Let me
Like
see.
mid screen?
Yeah, like with
I don't think so. Because I'm doing like A0 6P then B0 dying. I don't really think you can get mixed up. She just gets in.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which is okay, but you would preferably want mix up.
Yeah. So
yeah.
It's probably an okay B. So now we're down to the bottom 3.
Okay.
Izayoi. What do you think, Izayoi?
I think. I also might put this team a bit too high my first time, but admittedly, it does have good things. Like, it has a consistent JB and good mix-up during BZO dying. I might put it in low A as well.
That's what I'm thinking. Because it has neutral, and it has, like, it's a good Izayoi team, and then if you always at least are going to be able to get in and force some mix-up on BZO, depending on your screen position, you can do it for free. If you have a bar, you could just spin it on the teleport. Like, you should always be able to get it, and, like, the team doesn't use that much meter, or, like, most Adachi side doesn't use a ton of meter, so you should always be able to at least force some mix-up with the character.
Yeah, actually, so that's good. The defensive 4P is nice. It pretty much does everything you would want it to, but a bit more because of the upper dash, which is good.
Yeah.
It's pretty stable.
If they block 6P, like, if they block Izayoi 6P, you're still forcing your turn because of, like, how it operates with push block.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think this team's probably, it's definitely A for somewhere in here.
Yeah. So I actually forgot. Weiss Adachi is some hot garbage. Wow, I can't believe it. I forgot.
It's pretty bad.
I forgot when I was talking about bad teams. That team is really bad. The JB almost never works actually, which means your main neutral tool is like dead.
Yeah.
The AZO is okay, I think, but it's not very good. It's like a worse version of Rognus actually, which I don't like. And the Weiss mix-up during BZO is good. It's just hard to get in that situation in the first place. I feel the only thing I really do like though is you can set up a glyph during the BZO so you can do something really stupid. But I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not very good.
This actually, I got it to hit finally, but it requires you to call it like slightly early and then do it.
It's so ugly.
It's
it's bad.
It's bad. And it's pretty bad for that side. So in regards to the Aki team, I forgot to mention that during BZO mix, Aki could TK 214A. It's confirm instead of 214C.
Yeah, I knew about that. That's another reason why it's in A. It's just nice.
Alright, this one's interesting. Labris. I
actually like this team.
Yeah, this team's not bad.
The only thing I don't like about this team is the JB. I think I like everything else though. I'm tempted to put it in low A.
Low A.
Maybe.
That's actually.
Maybe.
I think it's worse than like I don't know if it's synergy wise. I think it's like the baseline of what A should be. Like you get the most of the package, and then you're getting a bunch of unique good stuff.
Yeah, you can also fully charge brutal impact.
Yep.
With Adachi easily, which I like.
You get a ton of damage that way.
The B Zeodyne is mostly good. Again, the DP slow, so you have to do a falling mix-up, which is okay, I guess.
Yeah.
She does a lot of damage, which I like. I play this team a lot. The team doesn't have much neutral, but if you can get going, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's in her top 3 teams, along with Ruby and Yang, though.
Yeah, there's definitely better Adachi teams, but it's like Adachi's just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's no way you can play Adachi and Adachi, at least without the mods or whatever for PC tag.
I would never play that team anyway.
Yeah, you don't get any mix-up for your own B0. But yeah. So, looking at the list, was there anybody we wanted to move? We already hit on Mika.
I guess I should be asking you that if you want to move anyone. I mean,
I don't think
well, as far as literally like, what outside the tier, so like, you know, from S- to A or B to C or whatever, if there's anything like that.
Yeah, like, I feel like, I mean, S is just the goats, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're just cheap. S- is, like, almost there. It's just, like, they're missing something, right? Like, Aegis is missing neutral, like, or something like that, right? A is just, you're pretty much getting the whole package to a degree, and you're getting some form of unique synergy. Then B, and, like, some things obviously vary. Like, Labrys, like you mentioned, the JB5P is not the best, but, like, you get so many other good things, and, like, Rachel, you don't get AZO6P, but you do get BZO6P, and it's really hard to prevent that.
Yeah.
B is kind of just your general package deal, like your great value teams, where it's like, you know, they work enough to where you, like, if you could at least, like, if you're trying to play a tournament, that would be like, most of these teams would probably not be recommended. You probably want A or higher, but you could get away with some of these B teams.
Yeah, like for tournaments for sure, A or higher is the move.
Yeah.
Which I think that's how most synergy lists are made. Like they're usually like the top lines are the ones we play for tournament, of course. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like for tournament, you want to play like the best teams, but regardless, though, C tier is kind of like you have something. And that's all I can give you. Like you have at least one thing going for you.
Yeah.
Like
and D tier is really bad.
And D tier is like, oh man, oh no, they really did it to you. I don't think character wise. I think most of this lines up. Like
yeah, within each tier, if you want to adjust a thing or two, you could. I mean,
yeah, like if we wanted to order this, like it would take a little bit, but I don't think. Like, examples, I'm not ordering C and D. Like,
yeah, I'm about to say, like, I wouldn't bother ordering.
Yeah, like, that's like, who the fuck gets the table scraps? Like, the least amount of table scraps. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What does the chat say? Cal wants you to put Tager in S. Come on, Cal. The only one that, Susan? Oh, yeah, Susan. Yeah, I think he looks good in S-, actually.
Oh yeah, Susan. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Susan team is a bit better than the Rognan team, but the Rognan team is good. The Aegis team, yeah. This lines up mostly. I think the Chie team is probably go one to the left, I guess, because I really like the Chie team. I think that's one of the best for sure. Like it's insane.
Yeah, like. So wait, you're saying? I'm sorry. What was the?
Like put Chi in front of today, I would say.
Oh yeah, I think that's probably. I think yeah, this is definitely for your top. At least look at top 5. Would you say as Chie Asriel, or would you like Chie Asriel Teddy? Probably like this.
I mean, I would personally put like Chie Asriel Teddy because I think the Chie team is extremely busted. Because I said it myself. Like I posted Twitter clips like a couple of months ago about Chie Adachi, and I'm like, how do you like? Is there any way to deal with this? I was asking people. I'm like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense because you can literally do like push block safe strings that are burst safe that if you land the mix up they die. Like that's so stupid.
Yeah, and you wouldn't say that the team goes up to S though.
No, because if it had air unblockable DP, yes.
Yeah, for sure. It's one of the teams that like you get whenever you get the hit and you have fantastic pressure and it's a really really good team. But yeah, if it just had a better way of capitalizing off of BZO, that'd be good.
Yeah. I think the rest of S- is ordered how I would think for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aegis and Ragna could go either way for me personally.
Yeah. The rest of this is pretty fine. As far as A goes, I would
Yeah.
probably move Rachel to the front and then move. I mean, S and Mitsuru are kind of the same thing. I think S helps Adachi more, but Mitsuru is more explosive, so
I kind
go either way.
want to say for this, I would move it something like this, like do like Rachel Naoto Izayoi Aki or Aki Izayoi.
Let me see real quick. I would definitely move Kanji like below Yukiko though.
Yeah, like towards the back.
Yeah.
Better than Labras or worse than Labras?
I'm not 100% sure. I would probably
Something.
say the Labras team edges it out though.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You're at least playing like a playable character.
Yeah. The Yukiko's, well, Yukiko is probably the best low tier character, so I would probably just keep her there, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think.
I like that team.
I don't think it's better than the S team. It's good. It's definitely good.
Well, it's definitely not better than the S team, though.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that looks fine. B tier.
B tier. I mean, let me see.
I'm moving Neo in front of a Hazuma at least. I really don't like the Hazuma team. like personally, from what I've seen with it, like the gameplay is just not like it has good synergy, but like, I don't know.
Let's see. Carmine Blitz Tank. I would move. The only thing I would really do is move 9 in front of Aurier and Mai in front of Aurier. I would say. And then the rest of this looks about right.
Yeah. So yeah. Pretty much hit everything, I think so. Like, so if you're interested in learning any Adachi teams, this is our take on, like, synergy stuff. I mean, like, it's just, like, again, regardless of synergy stuff, we hit it a little bit earlier in the video, like, just play whatever you want. If you want to play Adachi Liz, if you're playing for fun, just play whatever the fuck you want. Like,
yeah.
I know it kind of varies because if you want to play the game and like have more fun, I personally think picking a character you like and then picking a higher synergy character that you like with them is good. Like, whenever I used to play Azrael Ruby, that team's good, but like whenever I swapped to Gord, like Azrael got so much more fun because he was hella enabled.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it's more fun for me at least to find a character and then enable them more so than pick like too bad, like to pick a team that's kind of like, a fun character but it's bad.
Right, exactly. That's how I feel too.
So yeah, definitely check them out. Tempest, what is your stuff you want to plug? YouTube, Twitter, stuff like that?
Well, Twitter, I mean, obviously, TempestNYC. Tempest_NYC anyway. My YouTube is just Divine Tempest, actually. It has a Minazuki with show colors.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I upload matches time to time, usually. I don't really upload anything else besides matches, but yeah. If anyone wanted to see matches, I definitely upload those for both Grand Blue and Tag.
Yeah, it's definitely good stuff to check out, especially, like, if you're looking to learn Adachi, this will complement the guide that I should be releasing, like, tonight or tomorrow. And you will be able to kind of pick out your favorite Adachi teams or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, all the usual YouTube bullshit. And we'll catch you around.
Goodbye.